Good morning, y'all. Kingdom blessings to you this morning. Your girl have been out and about this morning already. And as I was navigating my way through the grocery store this morning, I had the pleasure of talking to some folks. And we struck up a conversation that was really meant a lot to a lot of people, but it was really strange to me how brainwashed we are as a people. The American people are talking in the grocery stores about they cannot afford to eat 3 meals a day in this struggling economy. In this struggling economy, we cannot afford to eat 3 meals a day. And I kind of stayed quiet because in my way of thinking, it's not, never was that I had to eat 3 meals a day. And my brain was saying, who set that rule? Who got y'all thinking that you got to eat 3 meals a day? Because for me, and I want y'all to type in the comments, and I want y'all to interact with me about this. Do you feel that you need to eat 3 meals a day, or is it something that you just wanted to do, or were we programmed to eat 3 meals a day? This is what I mean when I say we're being controlled. Because, first of all, I think, now this is me, my thought on it, my take on it, and then I want y'all to type in the comments and let me know how y'all feel about this situation. Do American people need to eat 3 meals a day to survive, to make it? Or has that been just a pleasure that we've had been able to do, so we just did it, we heard it, and we grew up with it, so we just stuck with the breakfast, lunch, and the dinner type of mentality. Me, on the other hand, I always ate when I was hungry. And to me, it wasn't about the timing of the food, it was about the quality of the food. Was the food giving me any nutritional value whatsoever? Was I able to eat this food and feel my best after I ate it, and my body performed the way it should after I ate it? And if I was not hungry, okay, first of all, let's go down that rabbit hole of what times we're supposed to eat. Now, you may not be hungry at these times, but according to statistics, according to society, breakfast is between 8 and 9. Then you got brunch. They added that in there. Then you got, for your 3 meals a day, you got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So then lunch is between 12 and 1. And then you got dinner between 5 and 6. And what if you're not hungry during these times? How much do you need to eat during these times? And see, for me, it was always, I ate when I got hungry. Sometimes it would be 3 or 4 small little meals a day. I didn't need to eat much at one time. And I pride myself on making sure that I listened to my body. When my body was full, I just stopped eating. And then when it was hungry, I fed it, but I fed it nutritional stuff most of the time, because they say 64% of the American people feel as though they need 3 meals a day. 28% feel as though they can use 2 meals a day. And then you got those that feel like they just eat when they're hungry. The quality of the food meant more to them, and sometimes they would eat once a day, and that's only if their body required that, and they didn't eat a lot at that time. So some people's body depends on your metabolism and what your body's doing and how you feel when you do eat. But I do know the body has to be nourished, but it's about the quality of the food that you put in your body. Like right now, we're being told to eat more of our leafy greens, to eat more of our vegetables, which is a good thing. And the kickback and the fight back about the healthy food program is really funny to me, because of the fact that, to me, that's just a way of saying we care about you and we care about your health, and we want to get you off all this sugar and off of this processed foods and off of all of this, and have you get in the kitchen and start. And y'all do not know how much a kitchen smells beautiful when you're in it and you're cooking and you got them meals in there cooking, whether you're making lasagna, whether you're making a pot of beans, whether you're making some beef stew, whether you're making some chili when it's cold, or whether you just, in there making some cornbread, or you got some gingerbread cooking in the oven. I mean, it just makes the house feel more like home, more warm, more inviting when you feel a meal being cooked in that house while you're in it, opposed to every time you turn around, the door open, here come another fast food bag, another sickness, another ailment, and then you want to eat that 3 or 4 times a day because it tastes good, not because you're hungry, but because it tastes good, but that is not good for you. But the American people are struggling to keep 3 meals a day on the table. But I feel as though that we can light that burden. That burden don't have to be 3 meals a day on the table. That meal don't have to be 3 heavy, greasy meals on the table. Because I remember at one time coming up, we would have 3 or 4 or 5 different meats on one plate. And God knows it would be way too much, way too much. I do not like my food done like that. I don't want ham and turkey and chicken and all of that at one time on one plate. I just never liked eating like that. If I'm gonna have chicken, just let me have chicken. And I only need one piece of that. Give me one piece of chicken, a couple green vegetables, and I'm good to go. I don't need my plate running over. I don't need it falling over. That's why I say I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm not a buffet sister. Anybody asking me out to eat and they want to take me on a date, they would get so sick of me not saying I don't want to go to no buffet, because there's nothing on that buffet that I'm really interested in, especially when it's sitting wide open like that all day long and it's being picked over. I'm not interested in that. To me, I used to always look at that like hogs in a trough, and I'm not interested. So when I think about the fact of having to have 3 meals a day, is a difference between you having to have 3 meals a day and you wanting 3 meals a day. Because when you talk about 3 meals a day, most people are talking about a full plate with everything on it. I mean, you got your meat, you got your vegetables, you got your starch, and you got your breads, and you got everything on that plate at one time, and the plate be full. But me, I can eat off a small plate, a small saucer, and just keep right on going. Sometimes just take a couple chicken wings and put them in my hand and go on about my business, and that's a meal for me. That is a meal for me. So it all depends. As far as I'm concerned, about the struggle is real, because of the fact the income is being depleted out of the households. People are being laid off. You got inflation. You got the tariffs. You got everything playing a big part in why we're not getting good quality food, and then the food being sprayed with chemicals and this, that, and the other thing, and making the people sick. So the less you eat of it, the better off you are. And if you learn to eat when your body is hungry, the less money you will have to spend to be able to make sure that your household stands and it has the money that it needs in it to be able to provide for you and your children. One thing we don't want to do is for our children to start going hungry through this time while we're in the midst of this, because see, children do not understand what is really truly happening. You have to really try to explain to them, but you have to portion control, and you really have to weigh things out so that it will balance out, that you'll be able to pay the bills, plus feed the children, plus make sure that they're okay. Because this going on is not a child problem, it's a grown-up problem. The grown-ups have created this mess in the world, and we're the ones that need to fix it. But in the meantime, we need to make sure that our children are safe, our children are fed, our children are clothed, and that our children have a decent place to lay their head. That in America should never change. It should never change for these children that are coming into this world. We got to stand up and start realizing that the American people are struggling to put food on the table, to keep a roof over their children's head, and to be able to keep money going through the house to be able to make sure the house stands with the bare necessities that it needs to keep functioning, such as toilet paper and dishwashing liquid and bath soap and things that they need to keep themselves clean in the midst of all of this. And then they may need a new pair of shoes down the road. But we're talking about the food crisis. The food crisis is really one of the biggest things, because you go into the store, and I've been in there, I've seen it, I'm not blind, I see exactly how much these family packs of chicken wings, when I went in such as Aldi's now, the place where it's supposed to be cheap, a family pack of chicken wings was $17, $15 to $17. That is very expensive, especially when you got to buy other things, and you were trying to buy and budget for the week and for the month, and you got 2 and 3 head of kids to feed. And as they grow, especially when they hit teenage years, you got teenagers that eat you out of house and home. And they'll always say they're growing teenagers. Well, they're growing teenagers, but your pocket ain't growing none. So them teenagers might have to get out and get a little part-time job somewhere so they can help buy some of these groceries that they like to eat up at this time. I mean, because I'm telling you now, when I looked at the price of beef, are you buying beef out here today? Are you able to buy beef today? I mean, if chicken is that high, what is the price of beef? Are you able to even buy beef today? It is just so expensive to be able to shop today. And then you want to buy cereal. That cereal have to reduce itself down to oatmeal. I know you got some people that are allergic to oats, but oatmeal seemed to me like the only kind of cereal that you really can out now buy, because you got boxes of cereal that's $6 and $7 and $8. I mean, come on. So the kids can't no longer have their sweet cereal anyway. So therefore, now you got to learn how to make that oatmeal. You got to learn how to make that cream of wheat. You got to learn how to make them grits. You got to learn how to scramble them eggs. You got to learn how to make some pancakes. And you got to learn how to make things that's going to stretch. Pancakes is a good number one thing that you can make a batch of. And you can freeze those pancakes into some plastic bags. And they can come back, and warm them up as they go. Pancakes is one of your best things to be able to fill them kids up right now for breakfast without breaking the bank. You got to know what your staples are, what your staple things are for your house, and make sure that you keep those things on the shelf at all times. Because I know for a fact pancakes will definitely stretch a long way. Oatmeal will go a long way. These are good breakfast staples that will keep them kids' belly full for a long time. Boiled eggs, they will go a long way. Even if you fry the egg, it don't matter. As long as they get an egg, get some olive oil, fry that egg, give them some eggs, some pancakes, and they'll be good to go. You know, you get some turkey sausage and they'll be good to go. I mean, but you got to know exactly how to put together a meal that's going to be sustainable to last them through the day so that they won't be hungry every 5 minutes. This sugary stuff y'all give them, that's what's causing them to run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They're in the kitchen every 5 minutes looking for something to eat because their belly is not sustained with food that has nutritional value. They need something with nutritional value that will cut that hungry switch off. Boiled eggs is perfect. That protein, give them that protein. And that way they won't be so hungry so fast. Yeah, because 3 meals a day is starting to be impossible for the American people. So we need to start breaking that cycle. Break that cycle of them eating 3 meals a day and give them a few smaller meals throughout the day. And when you give them snacks, give them healthy snacks. Give them some snacks that's going to help with their hunger. Give them some broccoli with some blue cheese dip. Give them some carrots with some peanut butter. Give them some celery with some peanut butter if they're not allergic to peanut butter. Now, my child, he can't have peanut butter. He's allergic to peanut butter. He has an EpiPen. But you got some kids out there that are not allergic to peanut butter. These could be some healthy choices that you can introduce them to. But if and so they are not on the EpiPen, you can still introduce them to berries, introduce them to fruits, introduce them to some things that's going to keep them healthy, keep them strong, without all the sugar, without all the processed fats in their food, and to try to make sure that they get some sustainable nutrition in their diet. Because that 3 meals a day might not work out for them. So that's my take on the 3 meals a day situation. And I know the American people are struggling financially, and I know that the food is really a big deal. It's a crisis, and it's hard to buy food if you got to pay mortgage. It's hard to buy food if you got to pay rent. It's hard to buy food when you got to choose between that and your car note. But yet and still, you do know you got to eat, so you buy things that are less, you buy things that are cheaper, and you try to make them stretch, and you just can do the best you can in this time. That's all you can do. That's all you can do is the best you can in this season with this food. But if and so you're eating 3 meals a day, and you feel you've got it in your mind that you have to have 3 meals a day, you do not have to have 3 meals a day to make it, because a lot of people, some people out here ain't eating 9 meals a day. Some people out here are just lucky to get a meal whenever they can get one, let alone 3 meals a day. So with that being said, y'all be blessed. Drop a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. So many people are watching, but you're not subscribed. Welcome, come on in. We like to uplift, motivate, and inspire. We tackle any solution, any problem, and we try to give a solution to the problem. And if and so you have not turned your notification bells on, please turn your notification bell on so you will be notified when I drop my next video. Y'all be blessed.